Yes, the weekend was packed again as usual, and this is my review of the English Premier League matches of some of the big teams. And I'll start with Chelsea versus Fulham. That game ended 2-0 in favor of Chelsea. Yes, I had predicted that it would be a very easy win for Chelsea. Yeah, João Pedro coming to the party as usual, and I also have João Pedro in my fantasy league. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I captained him and he delivered a goal for me. Yeah, kudos to João Pedro. I know he's going to find it very easy, having been playing in the Premier League. And also Enzo Fernandez converting the penalty for Chelsea to have a straight win. But do not forget, I'm sure it would have been a different outcome if the Fulham goal had counted. And, the man in charge of the VAR was actually replaced. He was meant to be in charge of the VAR against Arsenal Liverpool match, and he was replaced prior to that match due to the error. Yes, good one for Chelsea. They are looking good on the table. I go straight to Tottenham, Bournemouth. Yes, I knew Tottenham would not win that match because of the way Bournemouth plays. I watched the Bournemouth game against Liverpool, and I know they would give any of the big teams a run for their money. Yes, in fact, they won by 1 goal to nil, and I knew they would have even scored more. I didn't watch the match, but I looked at the highlight, and they had so many chances to win to score more than 1 goal. So kudos to Bournemouth. I'd predicted a draw anyway, but Bournemouth ended up winning that one. So straight to Man U versus Burnley, 3-2. Man U managed to win 3-2. I knew it would be if Man U fails to win that match, it would have been straight sack for Amorim. He could not afford any sleeper, and I could imagine how the Manchester United fans will be feeling. Having to wait till the last kick to win that match. The penalty, Amorim could not even watch the penalty, and considering that Fernandez had already lost the last penalty too, and imagine the nerves. Well, they escaped through, even though there was own goal, Brand Bramo scoring his first Premier League goals. I hope that will be the first of many for him. Yes, straight to Brighton versus Manchester City. That game as well, I knew that Manchester City would not win. Considering the two matches that Manchester City had played earlier in the season, winning one, losing to Tottenham, I knew that Brighton will give them a run for their money. Brighton, even it was kudos to Brighton, who came from 1 goal down. Well, Haaland is doing the Haaland things as usual, and I know that Haaland is really missing De Bruyne. So I know he's missing in one way or the other, and the Manchester City really struggling. I don't know, the teams, they've not really gelled, and it's gonna be a long season for them. I know they're gonna replace their keeper. Yes, and Brighton did so well. Not is expected for me, because even last season they won against Manchester City. So Brighton took that one 2-1. I predicted a draw as well, and it ended up Brighton winning. And the last one is Liverpool Arsenal. Yes, I made another review of that match, and I'm just going to talk briefly about it. Yes, kudos to Liverpool. That is champion stuff. Yes, champion stuff. The coach, had a game plan and they executed it. Even though Arsenal was really defensive, the way Arsenal was set up, Odegaard not starting, Saka being injured. I'm sure if Saka was in the match, you can imagine the impact Saka would make in that match. Martinelli was not up to scratch. Martinelli, and that has been happening all season. All through last season, he should have progressed more than he has actually progressed. Merino was ineffective. Eze showed in the few times that he spent on the pitch, showed what Martinelli should be doing from that left-hand side of the pitch. So Mosquera as well stepped in well for Saliba after Saliba suffered that injury. Well, I said the free kick is enough to win a match any day, anytime. That was a super free kick from Zoboslai. That was fantastic. In fact, he won all his challenge playing right back. You can imagine playing right back, a midfielder playing right back, and he stuck to his game, and that was fantastic from Zoboslai. Yes, all attention turns to the international break. No one needed the international break more than Manchester United. It will be a time for them to recoup by the time they come back stronger, as well as Arsenal, because the international break will count towards the time that Saka will be out. So by the time the EPL resumes again, maybe Saka will just lose only one match before it comes back again. So great matches ahead by the time the international break resumes, and I will be here doing the preview of the matches after the international break. See you then.